Alright, my computer's going crazy right now. Alright, we're going to try to finish up the storyline. Today, tonight, whatever. So we can start on the new Truth and Inference storyline. Now, I'm just gonna say real quick, while we are continuing, the event storyline, for Truth and Inference, I am very behind, and I do not really know what's going on for a lot of it, and also another thing is not everything is like super well documented, especially on the wiki. If you look hard enough, you can probably find like a lot of the details, but I would just say I do not fully know the story, so when we get to that, I'm probably gonna be confused as fuck. I don't know. It depends on how much they rely on the previous storylines. Cause I know that Ada and Emil, their characters did show up for like the Castle Zinlanda event, and I would assume that these are the same people, and they just look different. Cause I know in the first story, like the very first Truth and Inference story, Hebe or Galatea, she eventually becomes Succubus, and like they're the same character, but like they're two different skins, but they're still the same person. They just look different. And same thing with Mechanic, from going from like Lockhart to like Phantom Girl. They're the same person. They just had like a whole different makeover and had a whole different like because of that they like different things are going on with them now. Also, I gotta say, Emil looks a lot better here than he does in like the concept art. Because a lot of people, I remember they were saying, oh my god, Emil is ugly. I will say, at least he doesn't look ugly here. Let's have hope, my fellow Emil mains. Let's go. Oh shit, I missed out on ranking. Damn maintenance. I'm probably gonna lose placement, actually. Because I haven't been ranking a lot. I'll claim it, but I'm not gonna do anything with it. Try to clear up as much as we can. Oh my god, my friend is online. I haven't seen them in like forever. Do I have gifts? I do. Here you go. I don't really have anyone else to give it to, so here you go. Have we? Oh yeah, we are confidants. Huh, that's interesting. Never really played together, so I used to play with them a long time ago. Oh, that's interesting. My thing is copycat for this one because it's my most recently played. Duel Hunters is my new one though. I don't really like playing Duel Hunters that much. And I think it's just because I got tired of it. I don't like the system for weekly entertainments. I don't know if I ever talked about it on stream. But either way, it doesn't matter. We gotta finish the storyline. On the hillside before the laughter, I mistook him for some old relic of the peak, until the wind passing by began to murmur in his sleep. The wind speaks only of the wind, yet in the breath I heard fear. Fear dwells within you. It's been a long time, Brunhilde. You, I remember now. You're Sylv. Ah, but what you don't remember is that we're friends. If you did, why would you be hiding from me? Yeah, everyone fucking says that. Oh, and who else dares to call you a friend? I'm not outing him. I'm a good person, bro. People who fear you. Now that's a bit harsh. Tell me, what have I done to make you all so terrified of me? I couldn't say. In all logic, that old man should be the real terror here. But you have the advantage in looks. So this is neutral ground. So what is it that have you done to make everyone so afraid? I think I'm actually diverting from my original route or playthrough route. So I don't think I'm gonna get the same ending as I did before. Ow! Oh my god. You're right, I'll give you some thought. As for Opal, hey! Perhaps it's because I keep sending him to bury things out in the wasteland. He wanted to rest, but the thought of me offering him shelter and food again unsettled him. And instead of, I'm tired. Instead of deciding, he froze. In his refusal, he ended up fearing me. And you? Maybe you had second thoughts about our arrangement. Perhaps you regretted it. Like Opal, you chosen to flee rather than face it. Two cowards avoiding the inevitable. Why bring up Opal? I don't even know him. Is that so? Well, I suppose I could be mistaken. Then tell me, how much do you recall about our deal? Don't make me dig through my memories. Just tell me what you know. Trying to recall anything about this island is like writing promises in sand. It's pointless. Oh, that's quite the story. But why rush? Let's have a drink. Nothing compliments a long conversation like fine aquavit. If it's a long one, I'll pass. There's a fine line between courage and recklessness, much like there is between defiance and blind abandon. The man before you is a Gusnor. If that alone doesn't clarify things, then consider this: the whole island's. Consider this: the whole island serves as their eye and ears. Tread carefully. Oh shit! Oh. Sure, I love alcohol. Luring me in with aquavit. Well then, consider me caught. Now tell me your story. More than a decade ago. Man, that's so long ago. Do you like... Wait, that's actually what she said. I was joking. Hold on, just how long is this story? I'm just saying, she's so relatable. I love her. Maybe I should play Archer. Fuck. New main. No need to panic. It's just a bit of history between us. More than a decade ago. More than a decade ago, your mother Lagartha discovered where Aslag was. Their last parting had been far from friendly, but in the end, they were sisters. So she went to Munfagara to bring the news to of their father, Redbeard, Eric's death. She kept it from you and the others, choosing to make the journey alone. Wait, you mean to say you snuck aboard Lagartha's ship and followed her here? Heh, sounds like something I do. You always try to follow your mother to sea. She always caught you. Then came confinement. A month under, his watch. But you were too young, and the island was already in turmoil. Your mother never let you, set foot on the island. Figured. But I did find a way off the ship, didn't I? It certainly seems you know yourself well enough. The island was hardly welcoming to outsiders, back then. A new face like yours running around, you wouldn't have lasted long. But but I found you amusing, so I intervened. I don't remember any of this. If it had been that interesting, I surely recall something. And don't tell me I ended up working for you just to repay some childhood favor. I can't be sure it ever happened. You left quite an impression on me. When you returned to Moonfagara, those memories resurfaced, drew me to you. You made me made me want to understand you, and led me to help you. Help me. You've told people that your mother wanted you here, to settle on this quiet island and live your days. But tell me, do you truly believe that? Shh. Don't bother lying, and don't play the fool. The slight shift in your posture, your chin lifting just so, is clear you're trying to convince me. But have you ever wondered, what if the person you once were saw everything far more clearly than you ever will? Your crew hanged, your elders and fleet captains bound to the reef, left to drown as the tide rose. The Vilulf family ended beneath the sunset. Some tried to buy your survival, but exile was the final price, and so you lived, hunted, haunted. Oh, I can't breathe enough to read it. I keep yawning. This sucks. Hunted, haunted, torn between the world's judgment and the noise in your mind. But here, what fascinates me most, how many versions of you stand before me now, compared to the girl who first washed up here? His voice moves like a siren's call, leaving your thoughts in disarray, your breath caught somewhere between silence and suffocation. Your mind scrambles for clarity, only to find it. These are the very words you heard a year ago upon arriving here, repeated as if time had folded in on itself. I remember now. He was telling the truth. On this island, he was my friend. But back then, when that pale androgynous boy first appeared before me, my first impression of him couldn't have been worse. 1 year ago, you sat high on the cliffs, gazing out at the sea. Captain Vinland, I'm one fugitive across the sea, the last of the Vilulf line, with any fight left in her. Quite the list of titles for someone so young. Then again, being born a girl, you must have fought harder than most, yes? Oh, that's actually kind of funny. Actually, this is something someone has said before, but IDV is somewhat feminist in a lot of their storylines. But how do I describe it? It's more so in a sense of, oh no, oh thank God. I thought I was being told to eat. Thank goodness. Anyways, IDV is somewhat feminist in its storylines because they do kind of mention like women, like they talk about women's struggle in the past, and they are really respectful in the stories they give to women. Like they're like it's not like stories that have like their gender as a focus, like for example Clerk, and I guess like Archer now, and there's like a few others I think. Well, I think mainly Clerk is a big example. They never do it in like a way that's disrespectful. And I don't know, I do think that's like, I don't know a lot of the stories. And to be honest, I haven't read through a lot of them unless they're like more major storylines. For example, I didn't read the Sherlock Holmes story. And I was originally not going to read this one, but I thought the storyline seemed very interesting just from the snippets I have read and the fact that you can kind of go back and see the multiple routes. So I decided I would read through this one. But for the most part, I do want to focus on just the main storyline and like truth and inference if I can. But I also want to try to start reading out like some of the more side stories. Especially if they involved Ada and Emil, because my mains, I gotta love them. And also Aesop, I do love Aesop as well. But I don't think I'm gonna put in a lot of effort for him, unfortunately. But other than that, I don't know who, like, I don't think I'll put in much effort for anyone else. Are you trying to be clever, or are you just mocking me? Ugh. I taste like tiredness. Is that weird to say? Like, you can like taste your energy level? Maybe I'll rest after this. Oh no. How long have we been going on for? 14 minutes? Okay. Your grandfather carved out an empire, Redbeard, feared and renowned across the sea. Your mother defied tradition, the first woman to take the helm and bear the name. And you, born into the war that erased it all, Brunhilde, was it duty that pushed you forward, or simply the burden of your name? Or perhaps it was your mother's choice to favor the ones you despised that sparkled your fiercest ambition. You fought to build your own fleet, only to watch it crumble beneath your own recklessness and the rotten foundation you chose. Did it ever occur to you that betrayal ran through your bloodline? Or were you too comfortable, too blind to see the fractures within your own clan? I thought you were my friend. This isn't something friends would say. How do you know all this? No, something's not right. Who told you all this? The sunset burned into your mind. Was it the golden light of Valhalla, or the abyss of hell? No matter how you twist your thoughts, you'll find no answer. Vilulf, you stand at a crossroad. One that leads to Valhalla, and the other where you've lost rest and golden peace. They would have you step away from the fleet. Fuck. I am fucking struggling. Oh my god. I need to rest. Holy shit. I'm gonna probably just end the stream after this one event line, unfortunately. I might try to continue a little bit afterwards, but like I do need to rest. My mind is fucking blanking. They would have you step away from the fight and let your bloodline survive in silence. The others, it lies here on Moonfagra, an island blessed by Aslag and Lagartha. They would never cast you out. They would welcome you, keep you safe. Can you hear them calling, Vilulf? Brunhilde, forget the past. Let the land keep you. Live in peace. Brunhilde, now that you washed your hands for hearth and home, don't reach for the blade again. We wish to keep you safe. Brunhilde, he's a fine young man, handsome, kind. You should meet him. Brunhilde, shouldn't you be thinking about settling down? A husband, a child, is only natural. Brunhilde, turn back. See what a normal life could be. Content, peaceful, happy. Your face says it all. You can't accept this normal life, can you? Since that sunset, you've been trapped in the dark and never found your way back. The hatred you carry, far greater than any mercy you'd offer. If you try to live like them, you tear yourself apart from the inside out. And what's the other path? Straight to hell? It's the path to the world's rebirth. At Ragnarok, the sea swelled, the dead lay thick, and the dragon gnawed at Yggdrasil's roots, rising only at the last drifting over the battlefield, devouring what remained before slipping into the void. And the twilight of Vilulf, which dragon has yet to show his fang? You think it's all your fault, but not all who rush towards their end do so without reason. Your mother, your brother, they weren't reckless. Their courage came from something deeper. Their choices had weight. So tell me, where did certainty come from? Why did they have contingency, yet still fall? Who is your true enemy, Vilulf? More importantly, what do they want? You know, for a friend, you sure talk a lot in riddles and philosophicalness. I don't need you to be speaking to me in like... I don't need you to be speaking in sentences written in cursive, bro. I would like things more simple. You know how Opal would talk to me? He'll be like, oh my god, Bruno, you're so cool. Wait, no, what does he call me? I think everyone calls me Vilulf, actually. He'll be like, oh my god, Vilulf, you're so cool, you're so amazing, I love you, I'm your friend, bestie, trust me, love me, wee. Like, that's how he would talk. I can understand that easily. Sure, he'll be giving me info, and that info will be cryptic, but like everything you're saying is cryptic, and it ain't even info, you're just asking me questions. Why ask questions in confusing ways? Do you want answers? Are you asking these with no intentions of getting answers? You know, I don't like friends like that. If we're going to talk philosophical, at least let me be in a philosophical mood too. You mean... I can't say anything. I know these are like Norse words or whatever, because I know like... Ragnarok and stuff. My head is lightheaded. I need to stop reading at some point so I can take a break. I'm dying. Oh my god. You despise him, yet never once did you suspect him. Why? Because you still believe in the sanctity of the Vilulf blood. Because beneath it all, you still call him kin. Who the hell are you? If you think I had anything to do with that battle, you can rest easy. I never left the island. Not once did I contact any of you. But I must admit, I've been entertained by all of this, helping you sort through your thoughts. Nothing more. Are you sure you're my friend? You mean to tell me that this is all just speculation? Is it a guess, a deduction, or simply a truth missing his final confession? Tell me, Vilulf, do you truly think anything stays hidden? Conversations, gestures, written requests, dreams, every whisper that merchants bring from beyond the island. The world spills its secrets if you know where to listen. There are truths so glaring, so obvious, that I thought they were common knowledge. But I was wrong. Most people go through life without thinking at all. They look, but they do not see. They listen, but they do not understand. They think, they are thinking. And yet they fail to grasp the most obvious truths. Humanity has a mind, but it has never learned how to use it. You rat, you're lumping me in with the rest of them, aren't you? Heh. Neither Valhalla nor Hell is where you belong, Vilulf. Deep down, you know what path remains. There is only one left for you. Slay the dragon. Even if I slay the dragon, I will never escape this darkness you speak of. Why flee? Why let it walk beside you? Why not let it walk beside you? Your people sought peace only in death, but you never sought healing. Stop pretending otherwise. Embrace your wounds and move forward. Let's work together, Vilulf. Mutual benefit, Vilulf. You use my mind, and I take what I need from you. In this moment, you stand upon the hillside, as you once did before. You've forgotten many things, but not your hatred for Utgarder. Yeah, we'll go with that. Utgarder? And that, Vilulf, was what I reminded you of, which means... It means I never truly escaped your control. Tss, wrong answer. It means we're still friends, partners, in fact. And quite good ones at that. Oh, poor Vilulf, a puppet dancing on another string. Do you have the faintest idea what my first impressions of you was? Oh, I know, and nothing changed. I can't stand your type. The false, easygoing act of yours grates on me. The more you smile, the more I wanted to wipe that look off your face. Oh, it's not my smile that bothers you. No, you hate anyone who thinks for themselves. That's why Utagara got under your skin. Though frankly, his little ploys are still as clumsy as ever. He's nowhere near as clever as he believes himself to be. Enough about him. Answer me. What exactly did we agree on? What's your plan? I already know it's something most wouldn't dare attempt. But what I can't fathom is why you came to me, an outsider. Do you trust me that much? No. Wait. You trust someone with memory loss. You've made sure I wouldn't talk. You mean to test me? Heh. Your mind races. In an instinct, the contradictions that once seemed impossible to untangle snap into place. Do you think I truly leave my faith to your blade? I can read madness so well. For this to unfold as planned, they needed someone who knew you better than you know yourself, or someone who manipulates others with chilling precision. I don't know. I just saw him heading north. So that's it. I've been betrayed. Kidnapping? Vilulf, what are you on about? You walked right into Stinley's hut of your own accord. It was you. From the very beginning. You've been leaving signs, guiding me, nudging me, even for the shadows. And when I think back on it, if you were as clever as you claim, there's no way you would have let an amnesiac like me roam freely. Ah, finally thinking for yourself. I say that's progress. You spring to your feet. A wave of fear whipped through the wind. It drives you to raise your blade. Your instinct taking over. You draw the string. Tension to your arm tightens. You whisper to yourself, trying to sort through the confusion overwhelming your mind. But the more you think, the deeper the dread creeps down your spine. Oh my god, there's so much! I'm dying. Ah. I want to just take a break. It has only been half an hour. I'm gonna try to push through just to get this done so I can stop the stream and take a break. I am fighting to not skip through the dialogue right now. It's so interesting, but it's like my head is like so light and like I get like I'm exhausted and like my breathing is not breathing enough. Breathing is pain. Alright, let's continue. Reflect the impending doom. From the very beginning, you spun a world of danger around me, an illusion of crisis, one that made me believe that a threat was closing in. You pushed me towards the truth, dangling secrets to the north like bait, knowing I'd chase them. But that was never the full picture. I'd never simply wait to die. I needed to protect myself. I needed to escape. You must have made contact with Stenny too. Not in person. Someone like you wouldn't be so careless. You wouldn't leave so many loose ends. I don't know what tales you spun to make Stenny think I was special. He believes I'm the key to the 3-7 sacrifice, or perhaps just a vessel for your precious secrets. Perhaps he even thought I was perfect for one of his experiments, just like Vilulf. I walked into Stenny's hut. Whether I was invited or not doesn't matter. What matters is I thought he kidnapped me. And that thought, it was planted. They likely drugged me. Some concoction to alter memory. Perhaps, something they used on this island to maintain control. And the stew in his house. I lost my memory after eating it. That's why I can't recall how I got there. So, that's how it happened. Stenny didn't need to fight me. Didn't need to sneak past a dozen watching eyes. He already had the means to move me from south of the island to north without resistance. There were no chains, no struggle. I shackled myself. Stenny must have figured it out in the end. I'm no chosen one, just another fool caught in this mess. I don't even understand half of what your damn temporal science society believes. But you made sure Stenny thought you were his ally. You kept him to avoid the wrong eyes, keeping the society too distracted to see what was truly happening. When I woke up, I had nothing. No answer, no memories. Stenny trusted his drugs. He knew they wouldn't fail. So when he saw me like that, he knew it wasn't an act. That's when he must have realized you were playing both sides. Or maybe he already figured it out. Perhaps he saw something in the way we interacted, something that didn't add up. He knew you and I had some kind of arrangement, and you weren't just using his drugs on me. You were testing me, testing if I'd stay loyal, testing if I'd keep silent, if my memory were truly as broken as I thought. Of course, he didn't mind you testing me. If I talked, he'd get exactly what he wanted. If I spilled something, I wouldn't have lasted long, but Stenny would have earned his place by your side. If I said nothing, for the sake of a common enemy, he'd pretend today never happened. he needed to be sure that you weren't working with the Gustners, and you needed to make sure I wouldn't spread the word. That way we both get to live another day. Stenny actually believed you had a shred of decency in you. But he was wrong. You threw him to the wolves. It was Aslug at the door that day. No, Bisla. And I don't believe for a second she showed up without the Gustners family say so. In the eye of the Gustners, Stenny was guilty. He took control of me and broke their precious covenant. And I doubt they let that slide. So tell me, what was his fate? What was it? I don't know. Maybe. Stay right where you are. Brunhilde, a little fear is healthy. It keeps your mind sharp. You should think carefully about who on this island deserves to feel the sting of your arrow. You mean Stenny? No, he was the one who threw me into that tunnel. What was he trying to do? Take me down with him. But he didn't count on someone pulling me out, and that someone was... You bite your tongue. You remember it was Opal who dug you out of the tunnel and saved you, but he was part of Sylvik's plan all along. Or had he gone rogue, a traitor once again? You had no way of knowing. If you guess wrong and speak his name, you might seal his fate, so you swallow your words and stay silent. The moment you falter, a hand clasps against your back. Your instincts kick in, your vision is sharpened, your breath tightens, and you draw your bow. The arrow flies, but when you look up, all you see is the arrow lodged in the grass. Your target is gone, but you feel it. Sylvik is behind you. You exhale. A moment later, your chest tightens as you realize what you've done. The fleeting relief means one thing. You already lost. The fight was never yours to win, and Sylvik sees this clearly. You don't want to kill me, you know. You don't want to kill me. You know you won't find another ally as useful as me. You're no ally. You're just using me. Vilulf, come on. Come now. Don't be foolish. Whether I'm an asset or a liability depends entirely on you. Have you ever seen a shepherd curse his bowing blade for not slaughtering the sheep on his own? At the end of the day, all of this is just theory. Nothing matters until the real task begins. So, there is no reason for you to be so riled up. Or perhaps a little fermented shark will settle your nerves. Who in their right mind? Oi, get that away from me. It stinks. All right. Point taken. I'm gone now. So, for the love of all that's decent, don't make me suffer anymore. Really? Pity. You're unsettling in every way possible. But, you know, maybe you could have talked to me like a normal person instead of all this madness. Time is against us, and this was the most efficient way. Huh. So that's it. You killed 3 birds with 1 arrow, jogged my memory, confirmed whether I was a safe bet, and sent a warning to Stenny. You misread the mark there. I counted 3 benefits. I counted 7 benefits, not 3. But never mind that. This little detour is over. Let's get back to business. All right. You win. Now go on. Tell me more about this insane plan of yours. Is that really necessary? You've already got your memories back. Stenny's method did exactly what it was meant to. What's wrong? Or did I fake it and try to fool you? Ha! So even you have your doubts sometimes. Even a fallen friend deserves the luxury of enjoying a momentary triumph of wits. Consider it an act of kindness. Now, you're just begging for a good beating. Of course, there's always the risk that someone's listening in, someone eager to carry our little discussion straight to my father. You wouldn't have come to this place. You wouldn't have come if this place wasn't secured, right? If someone really is eavesdropping, that just means you're not as smart as you think. Who can say in times like these? I've gone over the possibilities, of course, but in the end, there's no need for unnecessary risk. The bonfire crackles, and before you realize it, Silvic is already gone, vanishing like a phantom. The fire's glow flickers in your eyes, and the aquavit burns down your throat, spreading warmth as scattered memories stir back to life. As your thoughts wander, you suddenly feel a lightness in your grip. Someone has taken your barrel of liquor. Why do you ask? Want a taste? You just swore you never. Right. I swore I never again drown myself in drink. But I know what I'm doing. As Steny said, I'm sick. I need something external to clear my mind. People with no self-control always find excuses for themselves. It's not an excuse. I really remember so much. Like what? Like, I think I met Silvic when I was a child. You met him. I know because you told me. Lagertha came back, bitter, along, towards Aslak, forbidding anyone from mentioning her name, and you locked away for following her. Told me about a child on the island, a strange, unsettling figure, standing eerily among the sheep, like a puppet with no strings or a body without a soul. That doesn't sound like Silvic at all, and it's not how he is now. You never been afraid of anything, but when you saw that child, you cried. Of course, what a mortifying thing to remember. No wonder my mind decided to block it out. Silvic said he distracted the search party and led me back to the ship, though through a hidden path. He also said Moonfrogral owed Aslak and Lagertha a debt. Why is that? What happened on that island back then? Given what you've seen and experienced, the changes on the island aren't so hard to understand. If you don't grasp it, it means my mind is still muddled. I need more external help. Hopeless. I'm just kidding. I know I ought to pull myself together and focus on something useful. Silvic's dangerous, no question about it, but he can show me the way. I need someone with his mind. One day that mind will drown out your reason and drive you mad. A man like him, plotting for surely has more tricks up his sleeve than just arson and escape. Maybe, but I am already on a sinking ship. If I stop working with dangerous folks, where would I go? Where else? Where else would I go? Oh shit, what the fuck? Ah! Oh, is it like midnight? Oh, it's midnight. Oh yeah, my mom's texting me. Oh shit, she's telling me to shut up. Alright, we gotta finish this quick. Return to the hut and confirm with Steny. This is gonna be what I choose. The fire burns low. Gold and red embers cling to the edges of the branches like the last light of sunset. You fear the coming night, yet you don't. After all, no tomorrow could be worse than the last. Fear lingers, heavy and bitter, drowned by the last drop of aquavit. The path is clear, and so you go. Subtle changes ripple through the space and time. The long night draws near. Okay, we're gonna do this one thing. Ah! Guessing this is the altar? Let's look at the fence. It's only a bonfire. What could possibly be hidden? Why build a fence around it? Okay, maybe this isn't the altar then. So this is where the midwinter feast is held. The heart of the island. It doesn't look like a bonfire pit. More like one of the Temporal Science Society's symbol. Still, I look forward to it. Years ago, when you and your mother arrived on this island, the altar fire was already rising, higher than any man, fierce enough to devour us all. You wandered into the forbidden place. The islanders came after you. That was when you met Silvic. He concealed you, taking the hidden path to get you back to the ship. So yes. Priestess is here. I'm gonna ignore her. Like always. There's a lot of people to talk to. Let's look at the gravestones. Gravestone 4. This gravestone is rather peculiar, no bigger than the size of 2 palms. Carved upon it is a child, simple image of a mouse, and beneath it the words, "I will forever remember my best friend." Forever friend, Vilulf. So soft and clever. I don't know that symbol. But I know it. I've been using it in my classes. Oh my god. This is the heart of the island, where the winter feast is held. The flames will rise high, and the revelry will begin. With the ritual slaughter of sheep. Excellent, Bisla. I do love a good feast. Do you truly believe you remember everything? I'm not sure. I mean, didn't you tell me before, and I simply forgot? Or was it something I never asked in the first place? I can tell you this now. I would choose differently. If I could, I would return to a different timeline, one where regret could never follow. Is she saying I chose the wrong path? Oh shit. Oh, the one where you never married your husband? No, earlier than that. To the moment when I stood firm and chose to study law, despite my family's objections. I wanted to change everything, to transcend who I am, to become something more, and to speak for all the versions of myself that might have been. Unlocked hidden storyline, Bisla and the Shore 3. Okay, she's gone. Let's talk to you. I see, no contradiction between the new and the old thoughts. What exactly do you redemptionists seek to redeem? And what is it that the ascetics refuse to abandon? You seem to play both sides. Do enlighten me with your thoughts. Let me think. To put it simply, what do you believe defines me, Vilulf? Try saying it in a way that actually makes sense to me. Tell me, this, how do you know you are still yourself? Of course, I know I'm still me. I can touch myself, feel my body. It hurts when I'm wounded, and I tire when I run. I can see myself. What sort of question is that? So in short, you define yourself by your body. Your physical form remains unchanged over time, and so you believe you are still the same. That's exactly what the ascetics believe. They seek to understand, to train, to transcend, but never to abandon the physical self. Without that, one ceases to be human. The redemptionists, on the other hand, do not care what they become. To them, the self is the mind, the thought, the soul. They believe the body is but a prison. The mind and soul are already free. The flesh is the only thing that is holding them back from ascension. Lockheady's storyline. Temporal Science Society 3. Oh shit, that bird scared me. Okay, here. I found these. They look like fruits. Any idea what they are? Bitter almonds. You won't find them growing here. Someone must have left them. Likely a trading ship. I remember him mentioning them. Said they were used to make poison. Just what exactly are they planning? Commence the trial. Proceed with debate. Undergo rebirth. And that's the end of this storyline. We will continue a bit more next time. But for now, we are going to take a small break. And let me see. Okay, this has 28 days. Rank protection cards? I'm looking at all these, see what we're gonna get. But yeah, so we're gonna take a break and we're gonna continue on tomorrow. And let's see how far we can get in the story. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.